Hi, I'm Bonnie, and I'm recording this from the studio at Alderlore Insight Center. Today I want to talk a little bit about why we've created this summer program for young adults at Alderlore SOLE. I've been working with adults for over 30 years in professional and community organizations as a coach, as an educator, as a spiritual teacher. And I've been writing philosophy on integral process philosophy for many, many years. And the trajectory that I've been working with is being able to make explicit new ways of being, new ways of thinking, new ways of creating insight, new capacities of cognition and consciousness. And one of the difficulties that always comes up either on an individual or group basis is the need to deconstruct or dismantle or disentangle the old ways of being, the old structures, the way that we've grown up in the world, the old world, and the social structures and the individual structures of the self, the way they've been kind of coagulated and contracted and built up as layers, and really limit our ability to work directly with our inner knowing or our intuition. And as I've been doing this work for a long time and grown up with my own colleagues and community, our own children have become older and gone off to college, and it occurred to us that they were in the same situation that we were in many, many years ago, that they still had the enthusiasm for the new, but they were entering really the same types of institutionalized education, the same types of institutionalized careers were ahead of them, and that it became very frustrating to see, now that we had finally done all this work on ourselves and opened ourselves into new ways of being, that we were seeing this generations being put through the same standardized, institutionalized, socialized, conventionalized, static boxes. And we thought, well, why should young people who don't yet have these limiting structures go through all that, and just in order to have their family, their career, and then at an older midlife crisis age, sit down in groups like we were working with to deconstruct all that. So I started doing a little research. I started doing presentations, for example, where young people would come in, and I would organize the presentations in an interactive way, an experiment. And sure enough, I found that young people had a natural intuition for thinking in new terms, for thinking in more participatory ways, for thinking in open and insightful ways, for acknowledging a deeper spirituality, a deeper kind of inner knowing and intuition. And this really gave me the incentive to work toward gathering and assembling and working with younger people. So last year at one of these workshops, I met Zach Schlosser. And after the workshop, we really started talking about working together and building a program that could create synergy amongst young people who deep inside know that the experiences that they are having in conventional social programs is limiting them, that they don't get an affirmation for what they can see is real in their future, a real possibility, real potential in the future. I like to do workshops with young people where I come in, I say, something in you wants to move. And my job is to facilitate that movement, and that movement has its own natural genius and natural intelligence. And so for this generation, I feel that there's many of you out there who can feel this inside themselves, that in this time of rapid change and deinstitutionalization and decentralization and distributed agency, that there's a real opportunity for natural leaders to step forward and recreate the generative structures that will bring in the new, so that we can make a leap and overcome some of these situational problems, some of these structures that people in many, many generations before you have had to really work hard to dismantle at many stages of their lives. So I think this is a unique and historic epochal opportunity to gather the right people, to find out who we are, to assemble these natural born leaders, to work, to be able to work directly with our inner knowing, to make that's latent and implicit and not well defined, make that to be explicit, to be open and available to every one of your generations and generations to come. And so that what is calling forth, what is being shaped in us and through us, can become an actual realization and really propel us into the future that we want to see. So many people of your generations, of these younger generations, want to make a positive contribution in the world, want to make their life an authentic life, well worth living. They want to help others. They want to be in service. They can see that possibility so closely they can taste it, but the structures aren't there. The paths haven't been laid out. And this is what we want to do in this first small step at the summer school at Alderlore, to really start to create this community of leaders that can really look into the future and see the extraordinary possibility that is being called from these younger generations that have this implicit understanding of the world that is possible, that has never been possible before. So I really hope to meet you, and I hope to see you here this summer at Alderlore. Thanks for watching.